And good morning from Bangkok, Thailand. Guys, I got my first subscriber and the video just released the other day, and yeah, I'm really excited. We got people watching for the first time. I think I had like 7 views on the video, but I wanted to talk to you guys today about why I think it's important for you to start a YouTube channel. Yeah, this is an episode where if you guys are in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, however old you are, especially if you're retired, I think it's a great idea to start a YouTube channel. And let me tell you why I think it's a great idea. First of all, it gives you a chance for something to do. And I discovered this when I was retired in Costa Rica. And guys, when I retired in Costa Rica, I had absolutely nothing to do. I was so bored. The first month or so when I was in Costa Rica, we were staying with a friend, and she had mango trees, right? And a big mango tree in the property, and there's mango season where, you know, everything becomes ripe and the mangoes fall. And we're like, oh my gosh, look at all these beautiful mangoes. So I learned how to make mango jam, right? So I was going out there and picking up all these mangoes and making a big batch of mango jam, and they were really good. I mean, the mango jam was really good. So, but you know, after a while, that was a lot of work. And after a while, I was like tired of making mango jam and making other foods with mango. But like I mentioned in my previous videos, I realized that, you know what, being retired and getting just sitting there doing nothing, it was really boring. So that's when, you know, I decided to create the YouTube channel, because when you're retired, what do? You watch YouTube, right? So I watched the finance channels first, and you know, those channels, I tried to do that. That didn't work. That was just boring. And you know, and I mentioned that, you know, my wife said, you know what, do food and travel, or do food, something with food, right? I love food. You know, who doesn't love food, right? So I did that, and that's why I have a YouTube channel right now on my other channel. So, but the thing about it was that also gave me a chance to not only, you know, have something to do, but it also provided me, you know, a kind of a purpose, sense of purpose of what to do. Because, you know, when you're working all your life and, you know, you're making, you know, money or a career to make money for your livelihood, right? But I never imagined what it would be like to not have to work anymore, right? Everybody wants to get to the point in their lives where you know, work really hard, retire, and then you don't have to work anymore because that work sucks. But guys, when you stop working, what is your purpose? You know, what is the meaning of what you're doing in life, right? And so I was like, oh man, there was nothing going on. And you know, and the things that I wanted to do, a lot of the things I wanted to do, we were already doing. You know, we were already traveling the world, we were already, you know, experiencing life, and we had already traveled the world and experienced life. So that wasn't a big priority in terms of, you know, after retirement. So yeah, that was one of the main reasons I would recommend, you know, you to try a YouTube channel if you're retired, is to give you a sense of purpose and something to do in retirement, right? The second reason why I would recommend you look at doing a YouTube channel is also to make additional income. Yes, you can make money doing YouTube, and with a YouTube channel, to get money from YouTube channel, if you've never done YouTube before, you get paid actually by YouTube, and they pay you after you reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours of your videos. And just to let you know, it's not easy. I'll tell you that right now. My first channel that I have took me, I think, over, I want to say 7 months before I got monetized. And I still remember the first paycheck I got after I got monetized was like $16.72 or something like that. Seriously, that's my first paycheck, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. You know, I didn't expect to make money from YouTube, let alone, you know, now I'm, you know, use YouTube money to travel, right? So that's just the greatest thing in the world. A great feeling to have a sense of purpose, as well as to make a little additional money. And just bear in mind, we don't need the money. I mean, we're retired and we have the money, but it's like I said, with a sense of purpose and have that extra money, it's really kind of nice that we don't have to tap into our retirement, and we can use that money from YouTube to pay for our discretionary, expendi, like traveling, right, and seeing the world. So that's another good reason why you want to start YouTube, is to make additional extra income. And even if you're not retired yet, this is another great way to make additional income, right? Is to have a YouTube channel. Another great thing about having a YouTube channel is, I think it came from my initial reason why I started the YouTube channel, or this channel. It was the fact that I had watched a YouTube video, or a gentleman that started his YouTube channel. And I think I mentioned this earlier. He started a YouTube channel for his daughter to help her out adjusting, going to college. And and he started his channel to kind of tell her how to do certain things, right? Fix certain things, basically giving fatherly advice, right? And what I realized was that there's other YouTubers that are out there saying that they're in their 30s or 20s, 30s, that wish they had someone to kind of guide them, or direct them, or give them an idea of how to do certain things, right, in life, that maybe they didn't have as a father's figure, so to speak, in their lives. So I thought, you know what, that is wonderful. That is a great concept of why you should start a YouTube channel, is to help others, right? And that's also another concept of, Dave Ramsey, when he talks about, you become, retired and debt-free, and now you give, right? And you don't have to give money, guys. You don't have to just give money. You can give also your experience, your knowledge, your, basically your wisdom, so to speak, right? So I thought, being that, we are traveling and we are doing YouTube and we're, experiencing life, why not create a YouTube channel to provide some of the knowledge and experience I have from doing YouTube, from become financially independent, from retiring early. That all that kind of encompasses the reason why I started this channel. So so the third thing is to give back, and to give people that are interested in learning YouTube opportunity to learn from someone that has done it, I've done it for over 3 years now, right? So I hope my information, knowledge, and experience of doing YouTube can benefit you should you want to create a YouTube channel. And that's the reason why I, ultimately, I kind of incorporated this as a part of the vision. Because once you retire, there's basically going to be like a void where you don't know what to do, right? So I thought this would be a good opportunity to, have you start a YouTube channel. I encourage you guys to give it a try, because it's a lot of fun. Also, it gives you a chance to make additional money. And the next reason why I encourage you guys to start a YouTube channel, it's also about you to becoming more, confident. Yes, this can sound crazy, but I think the one thing people have a tendency to be afraid of is to be on camera, and also to basically put themselves out there to the world, right? And one thing about if you want to become financially independent, if you want to become, retire early, or, basically be successful in that way, I encourage you guys, you have to become confident in yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to, appreciate everything that's good about you, and not worry what other people think. And one thing about having a YouTube channel, what it does, it creates an opportunity for you to get out of your comfort zone, right? And, people on the YouTube channel, right, they're gonna watch you, and yes, they're gonna critique you. Yes, they're gonna make, not fun of you. They can also basically, maybe say negative things about your videos, or negative things about you. Don't get me wrong, guys. I've had people make comments about me on my other YouTube channel, right? It's like, oh, one of the comments, you see my skin? I don't know if you guys can see my skin, right? Not only age spots, but also a lot of sunspots and whatnot. And, people would say, oh, yeah, look at that pizza face, right? Come on. How old are we? Like 10? It's like, that's the old thing when we used to have, acne and pimples, right? People used to call us pizza face. I mean, come on. And we've lived through that. I mean, we're Generation X, for God's sakes. Words are not going to hurt me. So, but anyways, there is people on YouTube that will, give you a hard time. But with that said, I think the biggest thing about, becoming financially independent, and they go hand in hand with the YouTube thing, is you have to be confident in who you are and not listen to other people, And that's also going along with YouTube, right? So if you can become confident in yourself and in the information you're putting out there, if other people can find value, then guess what? Who cares what the negative people say, Because ultimately, I don't really care about what other people say. They can make fun of me of how I eat, for my food channel, right? They can all make fun of me about, what I choose to eat. They can just make any comment they want about, all the things I do wrong with the food channel. And that's okay, right? Because I'm not perfect and I will screw up. I have screwed up many things, right? Whether it be, I'll give you one example. And so it's a popular, I guess, dig at me or, negative thing is that the way I say Wagyu, right? In America, we say Wagyu with the A sound, Wagyu, right? But how it's supposed to say is Wagyu, right? The A used to be like ah versus that an A, right? So when I'm making the YouTube videos, I always say Wagyu because that's come from the United States. That's how we pronounce it. But we always have foreigners, and it's not the Japanese people that are saying I'm saying it wrong. It's foreigners that are in a different country saying, oh, you're saying it wrong. It's Wagyu, not Wagyu. And I was like, okay, completely can respect that. But at the same time, what difference does that make? I'm having Wagyu. I'm having Wagyu. I'm eating a premium Japanese beef. And what? I care less what people say because I'm enjoying this wonderful Wagyu, right? So that's just one example that you have to have a thick skin in doing YouTube. But at the same time, this will help you to gain that thick skin, gain that confidence, because that also helps you to retire early, believe it or not. So if you haven't retired yet and you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, this is the reason why. It also helps you to become stronger, independent, confident, and get over the noise of what other people are saying, right? So that's one really important thing that it does is helps you to gain that confidence. And what else? And then finally, I think having a YouTube channel for me, also being retired, also helps me to gain a community, right? I know when we're retired, we're traveling, and now we're moving to a different country. We don't know anybody, right? We travel all over the world, and it's just me and my wife. And of course we have friends back at home, but yet we don't have any really kind of socialization. And the one thing I've done since I've been retired and doing YouTube is I've outreached to other YouTube content creators. And before we got to Thailand, I outreached to some content creators, just send them a message saying, hey, you know what, we're in the area, we'd love to meet and chat and have coffee and get to know you, right? And so we've developed some friendships along the way. So we have friends in different countries now, right, that we've traveled that, we can, I'll give you an example, right? Went back to Japan a couple times, and I met a couple YouTubers in Japan, and every time I go back to Japan, I say, hey, I'm back in town, would you like to grab a cup of coffee and catch up? And they do, right? So we get back, get together and have coffee and chat and kind of have also common, I guess, not bond, but commonality of interest with YouTube, right? So we'll sit there and talk about YouTube and also we can gripe about YouTube too in terms of all the crazy people making stupid comments and whatnot. But yeah, so that's another reason why we use YouTube and retirement. And I encourage you guys, if you are retired and looking to do YouTube, here you go. You can also develop relationships and friendships and people that have common interest like you do. So. But yeah, I'm just really excited about this channel. What I'm going to do is so that you can kind of experience what I'm going through. If you're kind of curious to know about YouTube and how a YouTube channel grows from scratch, I'm giving you guys this channel from day one when it goes live to, I'm going to try to provide like maybe weekly or monthly updates of the growth of the channel so you can kind of see firsthand the channel growing. So a lot of times people that talk to you about growing a channel, they've already grown it, but this, you're seeing it from firsthand, and I hope that kind of information is valuable because you don't get to see that too often, right? You get to see it from the day one. Even though I created another channel, I want to kind of show you guys this is how it starts right here, talking to you in front of this camera and giving you guys a real time information of YouTube growing. So I will try to update you weekly or monthly on the progress of this channel. Also, I will answer questions. If you have questions about YouTube and retirement, and you want to ask me, hey, how do you start a YouTube channel, or more specific questions about YouTube, feel free to do that, because I'll be happy to answer those questions. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and get some, I guess, morning coffee, and then we'll talk to you guys another day. But till then, make sure to smash the like button, and we'll see you guys next one. Bye-bye.